Alright, we've had the Jussie Smollett story, the Covington Catholic controversy, the pictures of people in cages during the Obama administration that the mainstream media claimed were during Trump. We had the Time magazine article cover that was a completely disingenuous shot at Trump, and then CNN had the people who came up with it on their network so they could fawn all over them without checking if maybe it was a loaded picture. We had the completely disingenuous accusation that Trump called immigrants animals when he was referring so clearly to MS-13 gang members, and CNN and MSNBC just edit the question out so they can run with their narrative. And you've had CNN pundits suggesting that Antifa isn't that bad because they're anti-fascist after all. This is how unchained from reality the mainstream media has become. And do we hear any apologies? Do we see them ask for forgiveness? Of course not. All we get are excuses, denials, or at best, they give a half-baked acknowledgement of a slight error, but then they immediately go back to saying why they were originally correct anyway. And now we have the Mueller report, and the summary from William Barr basically clearing Trump, his administration, his campaign, and all of his family members of all charges of Russian collusion. Russian collusion, by the way, that CNN for the past 2 years has desperately tried to shove down everyone's throat, despite having flimsy evidence at best. And then, like clockwork, what do we get? What do we get from Rachel Maddow? We don't get crying, like some people have said. That's not fair. She did not cry. But she was getting emotional, and she was certainly not thrilled to hear that no indictments were coming down, and that Trump and everyone around him were cleared. And even despite Russian attempts to collude with the Trump campaign, Trump did not do it. But no, Rachel Maddow and the entire team at NBC, MSNBC, and CNN were not happy about this. That should tell you absolutely everything you need to know about them. They do not care about collusion insofar as it undermines American elections. They do not care about collusion insofar as it being foreign governments influencing the U.S. government. If they did actually care about any of that, MSNBC and CNN should be thrilled and celebrating, hey, there was no collusion, we can breathe a sigh of relief. There's no more threat to everyone in the country. But no, of course that didn't happen. They desperately wanted there to be collusion so they can just get what they want. This entire time the media wanted the Mueller report to tell us something nasty about Trump, but all it really did was tell us all we needed to know about the media. Those are the people who have been hurt by this the most, and they deserve it, frankly, because it has shown them for the lunatics that they are. And I am beside myself how anyone can listen to them anymore, let alone the past decade or so, perhaps even longer. It used to be, despite the fact that the mainstream media has always been untrustworthy, they could always at least be made to seem marginally better if you compared them to the real nutcases out in society. But there doesn't seem to be much of a difference anymore. It used to be that the people yelling in the streets were the one comparing everyone they disliked to Hitler, for example. But now even CNN seems to be the place to find that old, tired, and ridiculous piece of rhetoric. I would hope that after all of this nonsense, after this 2-year-long conspiracy theory coming from the mainstream media about Russian collusion, I would hope that we see nothing less than a plummet in CNN and MSNBC's ratings. And I have a feeling we will see that, because I don't see how at least a chunk of your average CNN viewers don't scratch their heads a bit and consider whether CNN is full of it or not. Because to me personally, I don't see any other option. It's as clear as day. But one can only hope, I guess. But that's it for now. Please like and subscribe if you think I'm a little bit better than CNN. But alright, see you later.